Hello ladies and gentlemen, Scared203 here, bringing you another episode of my Let's Build series for my military base. In this episode, we're going to be going ahead and doing some more work on the base. You can see we got a little bit of a time lapse going on here of basically something that I was working on the other night. Now, one thing that I wanted to go and do, and I'm not going to talk for this entire time lapse and all that stuff. There's really no point for me to do that. But basically, I just want to talk about a few things for the base. Now, I decided for the outside area to go ahead and kind of incorporate this this texture using cyan stained clay and also some gray wool. I think it looks really nice. It just helps draw a little bit of difference between the tarmac and you know, what we have currently as the ground with the cyan stained clay and wool. It just, you know, adds a little bit more contrast and just, you know, basically highlights what part of the area is actually the tarmac and what part isn't. And that's one of the things I wanted to go and do. I felt like it was going to look too bland if I just kept the same color going throughout the base. So I decided to go ahead and switch it up and everything like that. Now, what we're actually be working on in this episode, and you can see in the time lapse here, is pretty much a little entrance and exit to the tarmac. Like every airport, we're going to need to have that entrance where vehicles can get in and out from the tarmac. So this is where they're going to do it. And I based this a little bit off GTA 5's little, I'm not sure what you can exactly call it, but like the entrances to Fort Zancudo, how they have those little, you know, little guard station in the center, and then they have the roof overhead and all that stuff. So this is kind of based off of that, not completely 100%, but kind of used it for a little bit of inspiration to get ideas on how to do it. You could probably draw the parallels between the two. In this episode, we're going to be going ahead and have the time-lapse go of the building and all that stuff, getting this whole, you know, little structure built up and all that stuff. And I was actually really happy with how much I was able to actually get done. And this is, as I had a little thing pop up in the beginning of the video, this was actually like an hour, 2.5 hours, if I can speak correctly, of footage, which is pretty crazy. So I was working on this for 2.5 hours, which is kind of crazy. It just goes to show you guys how much time it takes to actually work on this base, and why, you know, episodes are a little slow here and there. Yeah, so a lot of stuff is, you know, pretty much in the works and stuff like that with the base. I'll cover some of that stuff once I get into the actual part. I'll kind of, after I have the time lapse, I'll kind of talk about stuff a little bit further. But I just want to go and, you know, give you guys a little bit of an intro to this video, what you guys are seeing built up, and what's going on and all that stuff. And of course, I'll be asking you guys feedback on some of the stuff that I have done, just to kind of, you know, make sure that you guys are liking stuff, and that we're keeping the base, you know, to the best that we can possibly do it and all that stuff. And I want to thank you guys so much for the support on this series. You guys are really enjoying the military base, and I'm glad you guys are, because I'm definitely enjoying making it. So anyways, let me know down in the comments below what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Sorry to interrupt you guys again, but how about that music, guys? In case you guys don't know, I'm a huge fan of rock and metal, and, you know, it's my channel, so I decided to go ahead and just go for it and use some copyrighted rock music I was able to find, and some of these songs I actually really do enjoy. So hopefully you guys do enjoy a little bit of change of music and stuff, and I may probably incorporate these a little bit more. Maybe that might be the whole music for the rest of the series. We'll have to see. Anyways, continue enjoying the time lapse. Alright guys, welcome back. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that, nice little time lapse. I know it's not the most interesting thing in the world to watch, but, this is a Let's Build series and, you guys are here to see how stuff is built and kind of like building process and, just, but overall just see progress on the base and, especially with this new time lapse feature with the replay mod, definitely makes time lapses a lot cooler to watch, at least in my opinion. So, for those of you guys that are just here to see progress on the base, this is definitely going to be your part of the video to kind of see it. And near the end of this video, we will also be doing a little bit on camera, just kind of furnishing the little, I guess, entrance and exit checkpoint thingy there. We're going to be furnishing that little security building in the inside. So let's go ahead and kind of cover some of the stuff that's, happened since the last episode. Now, one of the main things, or not really main things, but one of the things that I asked you guys in the last episode was your guys' opinions on the track design. I had something completely different than those of you guys that remember it, and I pretty much had these tracks that I had going on and stuff like that, and I had them pretty intensely made, and after a little while I kind of thought, I don't know if how I feel about these, so I kind of asked some guys out on my Discord server what they thought about it, and we kind of all came to the conclusion that they need to look a little bit more like tracks. So I completely scrapped that idea, and I went back to the drawing board, and I came up with this design here. It's very simplistic, I guess you can say. Not as crazy, not as intense, but I think it looks a lot better. And you can see a good prime example of what it will kind of look like, something of that kind of sort. And you can see the wheel marks and all that stuff of various vehicles, and it's just kind of crazy, not really, any kind of, set pattern to it, but I think it just looks good and just pretty much shows what I want to show. So I want you guys' feedback on that. Let me know what you guys think about these kind of new, tire marks and all that stuff, and I'm going to add these all around the tarmac, so you have some over here, some out there, whatever. It won't be completely uniform to just the, roads that run along here. Of course you have vehicles that move out to these helicopters and stuff like that to tend to them. But yeah, so that's pretty much the plan with that. Now, one of the other things that I pretty much worked on and, all that stuff off camera is this whole area right in here. Now, I went ahead and added a lot of details and all that stuff. I've also designed this quarter-ton deck crane, if I remember the name correctly. I believe that's what it was. But, obviously it's just a small little kind of compact crane for, obviously, carrying around, not heavy loads, but, semi-heavy things that, obviously, you would probably need a crane for. So that's pretty nice right there. That's all, nice and decorated. And there's also some kind of pallets and crates kind of piled up right here. Just adding some more detail to this area and kind of filling in this empty space that we had going on here. There's also some cracks in the ground, all that stuff. Just these very, not really simplistic, but these, really minor details that just, I think, add up and definitely add a lot more atmosphere to the base. I mean, a lot of times you'll just see, these plain roads and all that stuff. They may be randomized, all that stuff, but you don't see cracks in it or, little patches of grass from growing out from the cracks or anything like that that really just, add details to the base, I guess you can say. And I think that just these little details that I've been doing around the base just add so much more. And I mean, you guys are obviously the judges of that. But of course, probably your standard person just, pass it through, probably won't pay too much attention to it, if anything. And, but those of you guys that are really detail oriented will really love these little details and be like, wow, that's cool. You can tell time was put into that. And you can just, have a more appreciation for the base, I guess you can say, if you don't have any appreciation for it, or not that much at the moment. Now, the next big thing that happened was this whole area right here. Now, I don't believe we did any of this. I think we just kind of set up these, buildings and all that stuff, but we didn't really do much with them other than that. And I went through and I kind of, I guess you could say in a sense, furnished them. You can see various vehicles all docked up. Well, not really docked up, but, parked and all that stuff, and just sitting here waiting to be maintained, or just sitting here in storage. We got the fuel truck design, really nice. Got 3 of those over here, and for some reason this one right here is got a messed up light or whatever, and that's probably because of some error that I made. So that's right there. You can also see some of these trucks here. I believe this is the truck I did the tour. I believe it's the MAN SX45, if I remember correctly. It's meant to carry like these bigger cargo crates and all that stuff, and this is it right here. It's pretty cool. I thought it would work pretty awesome in the space, even though I don't believe it's an American vehicle or anything like that, and we're kind of basing this off an American base. But I think it works. It looks pretty awesome too. So I decided to include it. You can see one of them right here has its hood popped open. It's being worked on, and all that stuff, and some toolboxes and tools and all kinds of stuff laying about over here. Kind of like, just, some maintenance going on with the vehicle. And then, of course, you get some trailers and stuff like that. These will be probably towed around by some kind of vehicle out on the airstrip, maybe bringing supplies around to different hangars, stuff like that. So pretty nice right there. We got some pickup Humvees right here, which is a cool variant that I'll be doing a tutorial on later. And also in their quarter-ton crane laying in the back there. There's also going to be a gate right here, which will be kind of a small little maintenance gate for them to, get maybe some like bigger vehicles in, or if a vehicle is severely broken, they could probably tow it out, or something like that. Just to make it a little bit easier on transporting stuff like that, maybe semi-trucks or whatever, because getting in through this way over here is going to be a little bit of a pain, especially with these cars parked over here in vehicles. It may be a little tight and hard for, vehicles with trailers and stuff, so they might, come through this gate, which will be a little bit easier to pull in and navigate through this yard here. So that's kind of what's going on right there. Over here, you can see we got pretty much the main kind of piece for this episode, which is working on this, security checkpoint and all that stuff, and lots of detail to it. I love these little retaining walls along the side here. Pretty awesome. As I mentioned, it kind of has a Fort Zancudo kind of vibe to it, based off the Fort Zancudo's entrances and exits. Of course, not exact, but I think you guys can obviously see the inspiration behind that. Of course, you got the fence right here. These fences that would be the automated fences that would be able to open and close. On your side, you can see this one over here is closed and this one's open. I'll probably have like a truck or some kind of semi or large vehicle kind of going through here or whatever. I think that's what I'm going to probably do sometime later on. And just a lot of detail. You even have like little stop signs right here at these this intersection. And the plan is right here is that this is going to lead out from this, and it's going to have a road that's going to kind of lead out here. It's going to connect up to pretty much will be the main road that runs throughout the entire base. And from that, there will also be a big section of parking lots, or parking spots and all that stuff. That's going to pretty much run along the whole side here of the airfield, which probably isn't necessary. It's probably way too much, but it's going to look good and it's going to fill in the space really well, and all that stuff. So we're going to have that, and that's going to fill up a majority of the space in between the main road and all that stuff. So it's going to look really good. Of course, we'll have to wait until we actually get to it and all that stuff to kind of show you guys a little bit better of what we're going to be doing. But hopefully that gives you guys a little bit of a picture of what's going to be going on. And I was also thinking about having like a little planter that separates the two lanes here, because you can see there's a little bit of space right here. So the lanes we're going to run down on either side here, and I was going to have a planter, probably some palm trees in it, which is going to look really nice. So that'll be a cool addition as well. So that's pretty much all going on there. I've pretty much, you saw this stuff that's going on in the time lapse overall. Nothing too crazy. Lots of details and stuff like that on it. Hopefully you guys are going to get a better look here. We even have like little security cameras here on the sides, which are pretty awesome. But we're going to be going ahead and pretty much furnishing this. That's going to be the kind of like a little bit of stuff that we're going to be doing on camera. We're not going to be doing a whole lot on camera in this episode, or I would say on camera, but like real-time building, just because I've already, put 2.5 hours in pretty much this episode just building this whole structure right here. So anyways, guys, let's go ahead and move on to doing the interior for the little security building there. And of course, let me know what you guys think on all the stuff I asked you guys on earlier, the ground here, what you guys think about that texture, that color, and all that stuff for it. And also let me know what you guys think of those marks that we have in the tarmac now, which personally I think look really nice. But of course, let me know down in the comments below. I'm interested to see what you guys have to say. But other than that, guys, I will see you guys for the building portion of this Let's Build. Alright, so I was kind of looking at this and kind of trying to get a little bit of idea before we go ahead and jump right into doing the interior here on what exactly I wanted to do for this. And I was kind of looking around here, and the roof, I wanted to do something for it, but I realized that that's pretty much the top of a roof, right there. I mean, you can see it's pretty much the top. And I wanted to do something different than a gray ceiling. I wanted to do like a white ceiling. I think that would look a lot better for this in here. And plus, I also wanted to have a light in the ceiling as well, because I mean, it's so dang dark in this room that we obviously need some kind of lighting source. So I wanted to put like a beacon in the ceiling like that, just add a little bit of light in here, obviously, because it's so dark. Now, in doing that, we have this shown on the top here. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and raise this whole area around here by a couple blocks. And we're just going to go ahead and kind of randomize the stone here, the sandstone and sand. We're not going to do anything super crazy here. Just kind of wrap this all around the top here, replacing these half slabs. Of course, nothing fancy here, just like that. And then we can go and take gravel half slabs and go ahead and just run a layer all the way across the top here, just like this. And let me tell you guys, I love this mod of adding these extra blocks in and all that stuff. Definitely needed. I mean, just having this and being able to use this in Minecraft is just a lifesaver, to be honest. It's absolutely insane. And there we go. We got the roof there for that. I think that's good right there. Now, if we go back in the inside here, we have our nice roof, and we have nothing affecting it, and we're pretty much good to go. Now, what I want to do for this is obviously we're going to need kind of like a desk of some sort. So I'm probably thinking maybe like a wooden desk would be good. We could probably use dark wood. I think dark wood is a nicer color in my opinion. We also changed our shader pack just to make it a little bit easier to see inside here, because with SEUS it is just way too dark in here. I love SEUS, but dang, can that texture pack be very intense with its darkness inside buildings. So we'll do something like that for the desk, nothing too fancy. Trying to think of what we could use here for a half slab. We could obviously go into this section here and kind of take a look here. We could use some red, like a red stained clay, to kind of show a seat there. And we can probably go ahead and grab banners. Let's see, red banner, and maybe even trying to think of what we can use here. We could use probably a wooden trapdoor for the headrest. So we could do something kind of like this. And on the back here, like a red banner like that, and that could work. We could also probably go ahead and grab ourselves some signs and put them along the sides here like this, and we got ourselves a little bit of seat here. I mean, nothing too crazy, but it works. It does its job. And of course, we're probably gonna need a computer monitor or something of that sort. So let's go ahead and see. We could probably use a stone pressure plate. We'll just use kind of a standard design, like the universal design for paintings. I'm not original, guys, in any sense when it comes to interior decorating. So we'll just do something like that. And of course, you'll always need a mouse. So however people do it, I don't know. I'm just going to use a stone button for the mouse. I think that will work perfectly. That's all good there. We could probably put a filing cabinet here to the side. So something like that could work for this. I'm not 100% sure what they would have in these guard houses. Probably nothing, super amazing or whatever. It's not going to be a luxurious building in any sorts. And a coffee cup there, because obviously he's going to be, drinking his coffee and sitting here working. And then over here we could probably put a door right here in this section. And yeah, that could work. Or we could probably put a door right here in the middle. I think that would be a little bit better for us to do. Something like that. And this filing cabinet is a little bit in the way with that. So we're going to probably change those to buttons. I think that will look a little bit better. Tripwire hooks are a little too much in my opinion. And so we'll go ahead and do something similar. I don't want to do the same thing because I just feel like it's going to look a little bland if we do the same exact thing, even though probably, they would just copy the same thing over. But we'll go and put an air desk in here. We'll go and make an air chair, which will be right here. And it's going to be a little bit more kind of, cramped in this one. A little bit differently set up and all that. Obviously, we're going to need a pressure plate and a painting. And we'll place down a pressure plate and a painting right here. Oop, not that big. There we go. So that the guy can sit there on the computer. And lastly, our wooden trap door. Like that. And also a red banner on the back. Like that. So something like so. And then a stone button there for the mouse. And this guy won't have any coffee or anything. He's kind of a lame-o. Maybe we can, make a stack of papers. Show with some snow here. He's got some paperwork to do, and obviously, for some reason, we can't actually put that down. Alright, fair enough, game. I don't know why. And we'll replace that on the top there. And apparently you can't put down snow on half slabs or stairs. I actually did not know that. Kind of lame. Don't really see the point in not being able to do it, but oh well. That's Minecraft, and yeah, something like that. And just like that. I mean, very simple. Not going to be, you know, something crazy. It's just a, you know, basic little guardhouse and all that stuff, as I've repeated for like the 40th time this episode. And we'll just go ahead and get a door on here. We'll probably do the door like this because I think that these kind of doors look a little bit better. And a stone button like that so that, you know, you can get in and out and all that stuff. Anyways, that's probably going to do it for the guardhouse. Let's go ahead and switch over to SEUS real quick. And we'll see how that looks. Just like that. I mean, it doesn't really light up too much in the inside. Actually, it kind of does. Kind of does, actually. That's actually pretty nice. I like that. Anyways, guys, that's probably going to go ahead and do it for this episode of the Let's Build the Airbase. Definitely looking pretty awesome, guys. You know, not a whole eventful episode, but, you know, we made a nice addition, and now we have an entrance and exit out of the tarmac if you guys, you know, want to leave or exit it. So, pretty awesome. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode. As always, leave your ideas and thoughts and all that stuff on the base down in the comments below. I love going through them and seeing what you guys have to say about the base, and of course, you know, getting some, you know, feedback and all that stuff and how I can make this base even better. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Garrett 2x4, and I'll see you guys next time.